After the giant fell, David was taken into King Saul's service immediately. The young shepherd did not return to his father's house that day. His destiny had shifted from the pastures to the palace walls. Prince Jonathan, the king's son, watched David with great admiration. Jonathan's soul became instantly bound to David in true friendship. He loved David as much as he loved his own self.
I will try.
To seal this bond, they made a solemn covenant of brotherhood. Jonathan removed his royal robe and placed it upon David's shoulders. He gave David his sword, his bow, and even his royal belt. It was a sign that the shepherd was equal to the prince. Over time, King Saul placed David in command of his armies.
The time has come to prove our worth. Raise your swords and show them what we are.
Every assignment David received, he carried out with wisdom and success.
We have reached the summit. The Lord is with us.
The people of Israel grew to love and respect their new hero.
By your command, Commander.
Even the king's hardened soldiers looked up to the young commander. One day, the army returned victorious from a fierce battle.
Hooray! He has returned! Long live the hero!
Women from all the towns of Israel came out to welcome King Saul.
Welcome back, sister.
They played tambourines and danced with joy in the streets.
Rejoice and be glad, the season is here.
As they celebrated, they sang a new song to the music. Saul has killed his thousands, the women sang loudly. But David has killed his tens of thousands. They cheered.
Hooray! Welcome home, hero. We celebrate you.
King Saul heard the lyrics, and his smile vanished instantly. A fire of jealousy ignited deep within the king's heart. He grew furious and protested to his servants in a rage.
How dare you defy me?
They give David credit for tens of thousands. Saul growled.
I beg you, how many times must I be defied by my own servants?
But to me, they only give credit for thousands. He paced the floor, his mind consumed by the comparison. The only thing left for them to give him is the kingdom itself. From that moment on, Saul looked at David with dark suspicion. The next day, a heavy gloom settled over King Saul's mind. An evil mood tormented him right there in his own palace. Saul walked around the throne room, gripping a spear tightly. The servants called for David to play his harp to soothe the king.
Requested.
So, the shepherd boy arrives. Play something to soothe the...
David sat calmly and began to play a gentle melody. His fingers moved skillfully over the strings, filling the room with peace. But there was no peace in the heart of King Saul. Saul watched David and thought, "This is my chance to strike." "I will pin him to the wall with this spear," Saul decided. Suddenly, Saul hurled the heavy spear with all his might. David saw the movement and dodged quickly to the side. The spear struck the stone wall, missing David by inches. Saul tried a second time, throwing the weapon with fury. Again, David managed to escape the deadly tip of the spear. Saul realized that he could not kill David so easily. He ordered David to be removed from his presence immediately. David no longer played the harp for the king, but he remained a commander.
We move here, through the valley, and strike before dawn.
No, the ridge offered.
Saul knew deep down that the Lord had left him alone. He also knew that the Lord was now standing with David.
Guide my hands and my heart, that I may serve your purpose.
This realization made Saul fear the young man even more. Saul wanted to get rid of him without using his own hand. He thought, "Let him not die by my hand, but by the Philistines."
They will never suspect it was my doing. The harvest.
So he appointed David commander of 1,000 soldiers. Saul hoped that being at the front lines would lead to David's end. However, David returned victorious from every single battle. The Lord protected him, and his legend only grew larger.
The giant loomed over me, shield high, but I saw an opening, a flicker of light, and plunged my...
The people of Israel and Judah loved David more each day. David's constant success made Saul desperate and angry. One day, they brought David before King Saul for a proposal. The king offered his eldest daughter, Merab, as a wife. "Serve me bravely in the battles of the Lord," Saul commanded. But David replied with great humility to the king.
Do
Who am
not let
I?
your heart
I
fail,
come from
my
a humble
lord. Your
family,
servant has
David
killed
said.
both the lion and the bear.
I am nobody to be the king's son-in-law, he insisted.
Must I command you twice?
Forgive me, sire.
David did not accept the offer, feeling unworthy of the honor. When the time came, Saul gave Merab to another man instead.
Hooray!
But Saul had another daughter named Michal, who was in love with David. When servants told Saul this news, he was
calmed your
pleased.
spirit with his music. Amazed him, my men.
He thought, perfect, I can use her as a trap for him.
Those that been toughing me cheated man find and die.
She will be the reason he falls to the Philistines, Saul plotted. Saul ordered his servants to speak with David in
Tell
private.
no one what I have told you.
I want this done by sunrise, understand? Do not fail me, or there...
Convince him to
Tell
accept
no
being
one
my
what I have
son-in-law,
commanded you.
Saul whispered.
Your life to go now, quietly. Let no one stand in your path.
The servants found David and delivered the king's message. The king values you, and Michal loves you, they said.
The king himself. You
Accept
must
the
accept
offer
this,
and
David.
marry
It
the
is
king's
your
daughter,
destiny.
they
The
urged.
people are waiting.
David
Forgive me,
replied,
but
do you think
I
it
was
is
told
easy
you
to
handle the
marry
king's
royalty?
We'll make you a reason not to reward when.
Hey, Tad.
I'm a poor
I
man
cannot
with
offer
no
gold
dowry
or
to give the
riches.
king.
Only my service and...
The servants went back to Saul and reported David's words. But Saul insisted, seeing a way to send David to his death. Tell David the king wants no money or gold, Saul said.
What just happened?
I have no idea.
The king only wants revenge on his
My
enemies,
intentions are
he
pure.
lied.
I seek only the good. So the boy thinks he can challenge me. We shall see how long.
The price for my daughter is 100 tokens of victory.
Days before my
He truly demands this sacrifice. I cannot believe it.
But the law forbids such a thing.
100
Look upon
emblems
these
from the
helmets,
fallen
the tokens
Philistine
of our
warriors.
triumph. The enemy.
Saul was certain David would die, trying to collect them.
My
When
lord,
David heard the
an
message,
urgent message
he
from
thought
the
it was a
king.
fair
The royal
challenge.
seal.
That does not sound like a bad idea, David decided. He gathered his men and marched out against the enemy. But instead of 100, David defeated 200 men. He collected the tokens of victory from every single one. David returned to the palace, safe and triumphant. He presented the tokens before King Saul as the full dowry. Saul looked at the evidence and could not believe his eyes. He was more
mocks me in my
frustrated
own
and
court.
angry than ever before.
I want...
But he had given his word and had no other choice. Saul gave his daughter Michal to David to be his wife. Saul realized with certainty that the Lord was with David. He saw that even his own daughter loved his
Nor have I,
rival.
my princess. The guard.
Saul's fear of David increased with every passing day. He became David's enemy for the rest of his life. The palace was no longer a home, but a battlefield of wits. Yet through it all, David remained faithful and protected. And the kingdom of Israel watched as a new king began to rise. The story of David was far from over.